And then I'm just going to adjust. There we are. We're live right now. That is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and make it public on my wall. Yay. I didn't do that last time by mistake. I wonder if I'll hear there we are. Okay. And that was a goof. Edit audience, right? Edit audience. Yay, public. Okay. So that way people couldn't see us last time. And it was like, oops, oopsie. Well, everybody, we are live right now. And as you can see, there's Katie. Katie's watching us from YouTube. If you click on comments, you'll see the comments. And I can't always see the ones from Facebook since they made that change. And I don't know why. So once in a while, I'll look on the Facebook one on my phone. But tonight we have, luckily, 2 of my team members. Jeff is off doing something else. He actually, I should say where he is. Huh? That sounds funny. He's off doing something else. Jeff is in Florida, I believe. Just finished that SalesWise event. And they're doing another one later in the year in September, I think it is. So if that had any interest, Maureen's on there and Maureen's on Facebook and I can see it. So that means maybe they fixed it. Maybe they fixed the problem and we can see it. That's awesome. Hi, Maureen. So Jeff was doing the Streetwise to SalesWise event in Florida. It went really well, and but he's still down there, so he didn't have time to do this tonight. So I asked a couple volunteers in my Avon team, and I got 2 ladies who are experts in their field, and I was hoping to have conversations. No, you're supposed to go, yes, that's true.
Yes, we are.
Okay, yes.
No, I consider you ladies experts. There's Chandra and Teresa are on too, Facebook. We have Kathie Douglas.
Hi.
And Kathie's from, North Carolina.
No, Rutgers,
Georgia.
Virginia.
Oh my God. Ken's from North Carolina.
Ken's from North Carolina, yes.
Why do I not know that? You know, Ty always asks me when I talk about somebody, he's like, where are they from? And I don't know why I don't memorize people by where they're from. I guess I should, huh? I don't think about it. I guess because I usually see you online, I don't automatically think of what state you're from.
Yeah.
Now Janet, who just joined us, Janet Leonard, I know where she's from. She's from Ireland. But in the States, I don't always think of a person and the state they're from, but I should.
It makes sense.
Good.
But thank you both for joining me tonight. I wanted to, we just talk regular on Tuesdays. We do Team Time Tuesday. And I did want to let you know my number 1 question from team members that gets emailed to me and texted to me. You want to switch?
Yeah. Get out of there.
There you go.
Okay. There we go. That's much better.
That's awesome. The number 1 question is, what day? What day? I'm getting a little feedback. Do you have to close the other one?
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yay.
Sorry, y'all.
That's all right. From team members, the number 1 question I get messaged to me and emailed to me. Are you ready? What day of the week is Time Tuesday on?
Oh my word!
No.
Yeah, that's right up there. Remember when I was dating, that men would say, "What's your favorite color?" Gee, I'm not sure. Could you guess? Just guess, right? What time of the week is, which day is Team Time Tuesday on? Gee, I don't know.
Wow.
I thought naming it Team Time Tuesday would solve that myself, but yeah, evidently not.
Evidently not. No, ma'am.
So anyway, we have such good conversations on our Team Time Tuesday calls that I wanted, if you don't mind, I'll start off with Kathie. Kathie, what I love that you do, you're way better at it than me because you do so much more of it, is the booth thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So could you tell me just, Marion's hi, Penny, hi. Could you tell me just like what got you started wanting to do the booth things?
Basically was getting my name out there, but it was also, I'm a service oriented person. Like I retired after 50 years of nursing. So my whole life I've been a service oriented person. And I feel like if I can offer somebody out there something that's going to make them feel better and look better about themselves, then I've met my goal. And it's not always about making money, but it's always about, sometimes it's about making a friendship or helping somebody, like I said, just overcome something by making them feel a little bit better, or looking a little bit better, and, empowering men and women for that matter, because we have a lot of men in sales, but, and, I just feel like if you can empower somebody by just making them feeling a little bit better, like even just giving them a lipstick or helping them choose the right color or whatever, then I feel like that's what's behind Avon, but it's also what's behind me.
Well, I love that.
And that's
awesome.
where this shirt, it says, make your dreams happen.
Yay.
Yay, I love that.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, you guys say hi to Tai Shi Man. He's on, Mr. Tai. Yay. So when you
I'm sorry.
No. Oh, yeah. Kev's giving me a hard time because I blush too much when I talk about him.
And can I share this, Lisa? This is
Yes.
earlier.
I love that.
Be happy. And if you just keep a smile on your face, most of the time you can make yourself be happy. No matter what's going on in your life, you can make yourself be happy.
And with customers and stuff, I've cringed when I see people online post a lot of their problems and stuff, because customers look at that, and to me, I wouldn't post stuff like that, only because I would talk to my friends or something about my problems. Because when you post it online, people that haven't done business with you yet, they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, I'm never getting my stuff from this chick." Yeah, she's always got so many problems. I never get my stuff. So I mean, I think you have to be careful if you're using your social media to get business.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that part of it. When you're at a booth and stuff, it's kind of like that too. So you just want to be friendly, be up on your feet.
Right. Oh, that's the most important rule. Be on
your feet,
sitting behind the table, because if you're sitting behind the table, they're going to feel like you don't want to be bothered by them. So always be on your feet. Always be willing to answer any questions. But most of all, be honest with your customers. If you don't know something, let them know you don't know something. Don't make up something and tell them. Be honest about all the products. If you don't know something, say, hey, I'll have to get back in touch with you. I'm not really sure.
No, that's perfect. And I think it's important too, not to think that you're going to carry everything. No matter what you carry, someone's coming up and asking for something you don't have.
Right.
So you better to make up your own mind. Now, I want to talk to you especially about, we always discuss on Team Time Tuesday about your profit margin. And for those of you listening that are just starting out in this or any business, what I'm referring to is your wholesale cost and your retail cost. There's a difference there, and you want it to be, I personally like to try to double my money from the wholesale cost to the retail cost, because there's other expenses that come out of that. And when you're doing a booth, another expense would be the cost of the booth, for example, or the cost of your decorations on the booth, or there's a lot of things that could cost you. So you want to at least have the 50% to be able to have a profit margin to work with. Is that the basis that you work on too, Kathie?
I never make less than 50, because you got to remember, you're taking catalogs. Sometimes I do have to pay for a booth fee. A lot of times I set up where there's no fee, but a lot of times there are fees. Parking, if there's parking, you got to remember that sometimes you have to pay to park. And then not only that, but any material that you give away, you have to print it up. So you got to look at your overhead costs. I never, ever make less than 50%. And that's after everything is said and done.
And you're good about doing too, is buying like bundles or discontinued stuff and breaking it up and then getting closer to regular retail, so that if you're making smaller on one item, you're making it up on a different item.
Right. And the other thing is, if one of the things I do too, and I don't know if I should do this or not, but one of the things I do is I keep my books. So if I have something that's not in the catalog and I'm going to take it to show, then I'm going to have a price from Avon. I'm going to have the page there, because that way they can say, well, how do you know what the price is if it's not in the catalog? Oh, here's where the catalog it was in. This is the price.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
that way I'm being honest with my customer.
Yeah. Now, Kim, I've seen you do booths even like set up at your house. I love that.
Yeah.
Free to set up, free. And you can do it anytime you want, virtually anytime you want.
Exactly. And I found out sometimes Saturday mornings, of course, are good when people are coming through. There's a football field not far from me. So there's a lot of traffic that comes by my house. And I actually, because of KATHIE, is the reason why I decided to start to put it in my yard and just, start there. I have done a couple of booths and I'm still mastering that, still trying to work that out. And I was thinking about I think Team Times Tuesday, we were talking about taking too much stuff. And that's what I found that I do. I take almost everything that I have. And so I'm carrying, I have two crates, plus now I have a wagon. And the last time I took all that stuff and it was a waste of time, and it takes up too much room on my table.
Yeah.
So I had to keep up with what's on the table, what's in the cart. And so that's one thing I've learned, is not to take so much. Take what you, like you said, the best thing you said was, they're always going to want something that you don't have. And in my mind, I'm always trying to think for them. And so I've learned to take my pad, take orders, get the pay, everything. So that's what I've learned. So yeah, soon I'm going to,
The other thing I have is drawing sheets. So when the people come in, if I don't have what they need, then they can fill out one of these forms. And here's one that somebody's already filled out, but I'm going the wrong way.
Okay.
So they fill those out. And on the back, if I had something that they didn't want, if I had something if they needed something and I didn't have it, then I would write on the back of that form what they wanted. And then I would follow up with them after the event. Now, the other thing I do too is at the event, it depends on what the event is for. I have a theme of what I'm taking to meet that particular event.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, that event with music and all that stuff, boy, you better bet you I'm going to take my bug guard.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Got mosquitoes that are really bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Peg's on. Hey, Peg. And also Monica Gonzalez. And thank you for coming, guys, today. And so at the booth, I like the way I personally like to have like a really small, just regular set of stuff that I bring. And when I was doing it, it was roll-on deodorant, hand cream, and Skin So Soft. That was pretty much it. Do you have a core amount of stuff that you bring, KATHIE, or do you bring a more variety than that?
It depends on where I'm going. Like, I'll be honest with you. I'm doing a major event in July. I don't know if you ever watched the Dukes of Hazzards or not, but it's this place called Cooters, and the people at Hazzards, they're
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Kim and I are taking a stroll down Smut Lane.
So Daisy and Luke, all of them are going to be there because what they own. And Cooter that owns a garage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be taking a lot more because it's going to be like 15,000 people there.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
you're going to take whatever you've got, right?
Right. I'm going to take a variety of everything, but my major products are going to be my deodorants, which, by the way, were like less than 50 cents. And in the book, they're $3.49. So you can imagine the profit margin there. But
yes, perfect.
So, and then all of my Skin So Soft products, which, we just got all those bundles that we could get. So when you break the bundle down, that's where you're going to make your profit.
Yeah.
And if you really set your table up right, and you really are looking at everything that you're spending and everything that you have on the table, then you should be making at least a 50% margin.
Yes.
50%.
Yeah. And that's so important. And, you know, for those of you listening that don't realize this, that when you're buying, hey, Eunice, when you're buying, Deellen, when you're buying from your company, there's going to be people on here that aren't Avon. So let's just
Right.
not think that it's just Avon only. That's not true. Any
Any
company that you're buying from, that you're reselling the products, what you're buying them for is the wholesale price. They cannot tell you that you have to charge a certain retail price. You get to set that.
right,
That is the same for all companies. If they told you what you had to charge, that's called price fixing, and it's actually federally illegal. It's the same reason that like car dealers can't do it,
right,
like all get together and charge the same price. They
right,
can't do it, and neither can we. So what's good about that is you get to decide. So like when the deodorants were on sale in the What's New there, you could buy them at that much lower price and sell them at the retail in the book or whatever you wanted to do, however you want to price it. My suggestion, of course, just like you, is watch your margin. Don't just give away the farm just because you got them at a lower price.
Right.
Protect your margin, because the margin is the thing that's going to keep you in business, I
right.
think. Maureen said, when I did booths, I never thought about it that way, and I never made 50%. Well, that's why we're discussing it, though, Maureen, because I think a lot of people don't think about it. They don't think that they're the same. We're the same as a bookstore owner or any other store that's buying stuff wholesale and reselling at retail. We're the same. It's just that we're not taught to look at the margin. You
Right.
know what I mean?
True.
So I think it's the same. Now, what I want, I know you already said, Kathy, a little bit, but both of you, if you could share, um, I'm sure that you agree with this. I'm pretty sure because we've already discussed this, but when you're at the booth, the main thing that you want is that connection with a half dozen people or so, where you're getting their information, you listen to their story about the company or whatever it is, and you're going to be able to follow up with them. So could you tell me a couple of the ways, if you don't mind, start with Kim, that you get people's information?
I do. I start the conversation, and most of the time it is my mom was in Avon, or I used to sell Avon or whatever, and so I will ask them. I said, thank you. I'll thank them for coming by my booth, and then I ask them to fill out a form, a little on the pad that I have, so that I have their information, so we can keep in contact. In case they want something else, and then if they buy something, I always get their information. But yeah, I just start a conversation. I learned that from Kathy, but I started a conversation, and it took me a while to get over my what I call fear of asking for the information, or getting to know them better. So I just start like a friend. And I get in touch with you. I may have some sales or whatever, and just let me have your information. I also ask for their birthday, because
Perfect.
I ask for their
Perfect.
birthday, so I can send a card, and get their information that way. So
Now, Kathy, I know you do the drawing slips. Is there
mhm.
any other ways that you collect people's information?
There is. One of the other way I do it is to tell them, I say, when I give them to fill out the information slip, some people will walk by and you can tell that they don't want to. So what I'll do is I'll engage. If they look at me and I can just see that, they're really not interested, I say, oh, by the way, I said, I don't know what products you really like to use with Avon, but I said, you fill out the slip and on the back, put what you like. And I will make sure when it goes on sale that I reach out to you.
Oh, I
Nice.
like it.
And a lot of times, if you just engage with them, even if they come by and they give you this look like, I don't want to talk to you, you can actually get them involved. Because I learned, I've been in sales for a long time, other companies, not just with Avon, but a yes is a yes and a no is a yes. You just got to turn that no around, take it.
I like it.
And hi to Renee and hi to Tim Lyman. So I think that's I think we're all doing close to the same thing. And by the way, if you're listening to this and you don't happen to be an Avon representative, it's the same
It's
no
just,
matter what. Yeah. So
I
like, let's just say you have a Tupperware booth.
all the same.
Right. Instead of people coming up and tell you how their auntie used to sell Avon, they're coming up to tell you how their sister used to sell Tupperware. It's all
Right.
the same.
Mhm.
It's the same. Direct sales is the same. It's a relationship business. I think that's the.
Somebody were to walk up and say, oh, you sell Avon. Well, I used to sell Tupperware. Let them talk. Let them share their story because you want to share your story. So they need to share their story as well.
Yeah, hi Victoria. Yeah, and you know what? It's always fun to get a new colleague because when you find out somebody else, let's say somebody else comes up and they sell Tupperware.
Right.
I don't know about you guys, but I always get questions from people. They say like, you know a lot of people. Do you know anyone that sells Tupperware? Yes, I do. And I look in my thing and I can refer them. And usually when you do that, they'll refer you too.
Yeah, I get a
So,
girls
yeah,
from my, yep.
it's
Yeah.
awesome that way. So
And
what kind, where do
it's
you
never ever, and I've learned this through the years, and I'm sure that you teach this too, but never ever downplay any other company.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Don't.
Or
Yeah.
So
your own.
yeah,
Or
you
your own.
like,
Exactly.
or
I've been
hey,
surprised, yeah, how many people are willing to public post on their thing when they have some frustration.
mhm.
Right, and that yeah, no, don't do that.
That makes me so upset.
It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. I think it's like shooting yourself in the foot. And
Right.
by the way, what's funny is I know with a lot of people that are with one company instead of like a bunch of companies, they don't realize that, like Tom Schreider says, he's the Big Al guy that wrote the Big Al books. He says all problems, I mean, what am I saying? All companies have problems.
That's
Just
right.
pick the company you want to have your problems with because
That's right.
there are no companies that don't have some problems.
Mm.
So yeah.
yeah.
It's
Don't
I
like going to the grocery store and they
feel
don't have
like,
what you go to the grocery store for.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
right. It's
And
the
you
same
don't look.
thing.
I have learned because I've struggled with some of the things with Avon. All of us have with every company,
Yeah,
and
everyone.
it's like, what can I do to make myself move on and move better with
Right.
what I. And I just want to share this too. At my booth, this is a sign that I don't know if I can turn it upside down or not, but this is what I put on my booth.
Oh, I can see.
It says, need extra money, welcoming new team members. I'm not hiring, I'm welcoming new team members. Join for
Awesome.
free, no kit to purchase, free website, no minimum or maximum sales, no pressure from upline, free travel incentives, work your own hours, full or part-time, build your own team, and have opportunity to serve and help others feel better about themselves.
That's awesome.
And this is
So,
always on my table because
Mm.
this is what I do.
no, that's perfect. And Deellen says, when you do these events, do you go around to other booths and give your information and maybe a sample? Maybe you already covered this. I was late. Yeah,
Yep.
I know. I know. I always ended up doing that. Not necessarily with the intent to give out books and a sample, but it was more like to meet the other people and try
Yes.
to get buddies with them. I think that was more the yeah. But yeah, absolutely.
Because like I do a lot with breast cancer, as a breast cancer survivor myself, I do a lot. And we don't do Relay for Life here anymore, but I do raise money. And one of the things I do is I set up a raffle on my table for breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
And the money I get from that goes for breast cancer. So when they do the raffle, they fill out one of those forms. So I actually have more of those things filled out because that's what my raffle drawings are for. That's
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 awesome.
that's what I use. So that gives me extra ways of getting other information as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Hey, Kim, you know what I want to talk to you about here? Because I don't want to wait too long because we only got a half hour. And we're hitting down the road. When you first joined the team, you were actually in my third, I think. You're in my second now.
No, I think I was fourth.
Fourth, and you rolled up twice.
Right. Yeah.
Now, for those of you who have always questioned and think it's crazy that I don't care who I support, that's why you just
I'm
don't know who's going to end up in your pay area because I get paid 3 down. So the first while
And
that I knew you,
fourth,
I didn't get paid.
fourth,
Yeah,
you don't get
and
paid.
you're fourth now.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
I actually don't even pay attention to that because it all usually works out in the long run somehow. It just always
Yeah.
does. But when I first was talking with Kim, you had joined under your mom.
Yep. I had.
And so she actually wasn't doing that much with it at the time. And you tell me what got you interested in going for the trip.
Well, when I came in to make some money. And I hadn't even paid attention to the buzz or any of the information about the trip. And you mentioned it one day while we were on Team Time Tuesday. And I was like, it is August and we had until December. And I said, I got a long way to go. I hadn't even thought about where I was or anything. But then I got excited. And the more we talked about it, the more I got excited of a trip. I've never been to Hawaii. And so it was excitement of I can get an all expense and all I got to do is what I'm doing. I was having so much fun meeting people. And I used to always tell myself, I have sold for other companies and I didn't do well. But one thing about, Avon, basically, I said, it sells itself. And there's so many people who thought Avon was dead and gone. And I brought it back to life, so to speak. And I just got encouraged to keep trying to earn the trip. And it was so much, it was so rewarding the closer I got.
And you earned the trip.
Yes. And I earned the trip. And
your customers went nuts helping.
They
it
did.
Was awesome. That was fun to watch. Yeah.
Yes. And they also, when I got there, I was thankful for y'all, giving suggestions. I got them all key rings. So I brought them back key rings and something else. And they were just so excited. They were like, no, you didn't have to do anything for me. We just wanted you to, make the trip. So they've asked me since then, about trips, but I've been kind of slowed down so they understand that part, but it's just excitement. I got excited and they got excited. And that's one thing I've learned is as long as I stay encouraged and I stay excited about my business, then my customers will too. And new people come. One lady just called my mom last night and she was trying to get me to join her company and say, you think she would like to do both of them? And my mama said, I don't think so, because she's staying with one. I said, Mom, I can barely keep my head around Avon, so I know I'm not going to start another one. But what did the lady say? Well, do you have any Skin So Soft?
Of course,
another 2 sales, because she and her daughter are getting low, and she wants to know. She asked me for my website. So, because she does her business straight all online. So she was like, you don't have to worry about it because it's all online. I was like, no, I don't mind it being online, but I like the connection. Like you said, Kathy, we like to make the connection, the relationship. Right. And I just met a person who ordered from me about the first year I was in it. I just met her and could put her name and face together. And it was so exciting. So now we're talking and she's still ordering, but that's what I like about it.
Yeah, me and Peg shared a room in DC last year.
Yes.
And you're going to Boston, which is right near me. So I'm going to see you there.
Exactly.
And hopefully, I don't have a roommate, so you're welcome to.
Okay.
It's always kooky in my room. So too much going on. What was go ahead, Kathy.
One more thing about when you set up a booth is when people are around and they're talking, I always try to listen. Because like one of my team people that I actually recruited, she was at the booth and I heard her talking to somebody about the Skin So Soft oil and that she goes, well, it's a little pricey. I really can't afford it, but I really love it. Boom. That was my clue. Sign her up. That way.
Wow.
That way.
That's true.
And afford her own because she gets her discounts. And she did. She signed up.
Well, that's
awesome. Wow.
So be listening to what people are saying because it can clue you in to be able to help those people. Because
and you can stick to your guns with your prices too. I do.
No,
right. I know I've said this all along, but when I set up at the Hollis flea market not far from me, there was another flea market about a half hour away. I was the only one at Hollis I only sold Avon. There was like 5 other Avon reps, but they sold other stuff too. But people would come up and say, I could buy that 16-ounce Skin So Soft at the other flea market over in Derry for $2 less. And I'd say, you know what? If you leave right now, you could probably make Derry. You could make Derry in a half hour or so. Leave right now. Because people will say stuff. And I don't think it actually was cheaper in Derry. I think they were just trying to get me to lower my price. But I'm interested in my margin. I'm not interested in just the volume that I'm selling. It needs to fit my margin for my business. So
That's
Peg
where I
said
fail. I've got to do
lean in
better.
to listen. Peg said lean in to listen. I can't wait. You guys got to check out Peg. Put in the comments your link for your event. She had a guy write her like I call it a theme song, but I think there's probably a different name for it. And she can use it all the time when she's like doing a Zoom where she's the main person. When she's getting introduced on stage, it's a song for her to walk on with.
Oh
It's
wow.
really cool. And the guy does theme songs like that. He's awesome.
Oh
So
wow.
Peg's having an event where they're introducing her theme song coming up. So if she puts it in the comments, everybody can go join the event. And I'm going. So I want to see. I want to see what they do for the launch of it. And
Yes.
she co-wrote it. I'm sorry. The person gets to co-write it, and they call it a song brand.
Oh wow.
Isn't that
Okay.
cool?
That is cool.
That is cool. So can you believe we went through a half hour that quick?
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Wow, I know. I told you it was going to be quick.
Yeah,
It was going to be quick.
having us. And everybody, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you very much. Katie says I can't see nobody's comment but mine. That's probably because you're commenting on YouTube and some of the other people are on Facebook and some of them are on LinkedIn. So I think you have to be on the other platforms to see the other comments. But yay, thank you for coming, Katie. And thank you guys. I really
you.
appreciate it. Filling in for Jeff. I have another couple team members coming for next Thursday. I'm
Yay.
hoping they'll share their insights with us. And make sure you two, if you don't mind, go back on any of the platforms and look at some of the questions. I bet people had some comments for you that you could give them some more information on, because you guys are my experts. You're so awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
very
twisting my
much.
arm.
Bye.
Thank you so much. It's bye. Bye, guys.